Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 26 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And it's time we once break through the lies that Lotta Hart has been putting out throughout the entirety of this trial. Which is, from what she even admitted, was coached by Manfred Von Karma. Once we break this woman's testimony, we at least may have had the advantage and probably may have saved Edgeworth. But for now, we have to find the holes in her testimony. Because remember, when we talked to her, she was out looking for stars. And she used binoculars. Even the judge finds this shit sketchy. Because it's a well-known fact that, by the way, you pressed a statement where she said she used binoculars, that if you want to look at stars, you need a telescope. So on that note, press that statement. How in the hell can you see stars out of a binoculars is beyond me. They can only see so far. You have to literally get a telescope, and at least a very big one that can actually see the stars as opposed to a normal little telescope, because that wouldn't do anything. Oh, the camera is relevant in this case. As a matter of fact, you answer yes. Because if you answer no, that's also going to be a penalty towards you. So on that note, let us continue. And yeah, remember folks, the party poppers went off the camera went off and the party popper that my shot off went off in the last 2 parts ago, basically. So press further. And that will be make or break. Because here's the thing. We can actually, put the camera or this is the part where you put the camera or the photo onto one of her statements. You'll have to put it on the statement where she just fixed the testimony. And why are you smiling? You have committed perjury throughout the entirety of this goddamn trial. So you will have to also press that statement as well. Because the camera is not suited for stargazing. And Von Karma literally said her challenged intellect. Ha! So you're gonna have to go to the part where she said something about she saw Edgeworth, I think. Hold on. And also, I think you're supposed to. This is the statement. Actually, you're supposed to put the camera or the picture on. It doesn't matter which one. You have to press that statement first. And once you push either the camera or the photo onto the statement, that just leaves one last thing. The fact that the camera was pointed directed at the lake and what she was really after. And what am I driving at? Real simple, she wasn't photographing the stars like she said she was. So it's time to show evidence, because if you say I don't know, penalty. And look how much penalty you'll lose if you get something wrong. So get the Gordy article. That's what she was looking for. And anything else, by the way, 5 strikes and you're out. Anything else will get you a penalty. As As I told you, the penalties here in this game, no, in this trial, this case in general, is just ridiculous. Wait till we get to the bridge to turnabout. Dear God, that's a gamble and a half. That's actually a good case too. Still, she's lying through her teeth. Say you have proof, because if you don't have proof, guess what? You're gonna be taking a penalty. So, once again, the proof is basically the camera once again. Now then, if you'd have picked anything else, again, you'd have took 2 bars of credibility. I mean, it's ridiculous just how much, it is just ridiculous just how much penalty it is. I mean, this is one of the hardest cases of the game, I've already mentioned, but still. She was practically attaching a sound mic to the camera so that she could catch Gordy, because Gordy made a distinct sound. And if she would have caught Gordy, she would have basically gotten a lot of money. However, the judge all of a sudden now jumps ship to Phoenix. Okay. It's time for her to admit the truth. So this moron, who literally lied and said that she was a murder witness, had practically been there just to film Gordy, and she was trying to get first dibs. Oh, it does change what you saw, because you're an idiot. And this is why people hate Lotta. Oh, and for the record, Lotta, unfortunately, is Von Karma's undoing. She is trying, or more along the lines of Von Karma is trying so hard to keep his patience. And there was a whole reason why Gordy was being hidden. I'm pretty sure Phoenix forgot about the fact that Von Karma would do anything for a perfect record. And before we can actually find out why, the judge will say, please revise your testimony. But apparently, something else happened too. I think there was a part where Von Karma would actually interrupt the judge and tell him, please don't badger the witness. So, with that said, you'll have to press the statements about her being an investigative photographer. And more importantly, you have to press the other statement too. I mean, there's a good number of statements you're going to have to press. But I think there was one that you could not press or anything. And, it was actually one in the previous part that you could not press. As a matter of fact, it was like only for the 3DS that you couldn't press a statement, and it was like the one. Actually, I think it was this one here. I'm pretty sure it was, because 3DS you had to you weren't able to press that statement because it wasn't even available. But in the HD version, yeah, it is. Oh, and by the way, Von Karma keeps trying to make Phoenix deter away from cross-examining Lotta Hart. Seriously. There's something about Von Karma. And now we have gone on into overtime in this portion of the trial, folks. It's time for us to expose the lie that Lotta is hiding on the behalf of Von Karma. And unfortunately, this is our last chance for a cross-examination. So we will need to find out exactly what's going on. If we can't find anything, the judge will announce his verdict. Remember this, because there's going to be a part in this portion that if you make the wrong choice, you're done. On day 2 of all places. That's why this case is so hard. So, for an achievement, press the second statement. And I thought it was strange that she said that she came from Country U. She didn't even graduate college at all. So sadly, this is actually achievement for the Xbox, PS4, and Switch, and I believe PC version of this game, and the Android. 3DS, don't even bother. You'll just be wasting your time trying to investigate this woman. So, the statement you want to try to get is this one right here. The one where she watched the boat. You want to press that statement, or I think you want to put something towards it. Because how in the hell could she watch the boat from a far off distance, and you put Gordy right there? Yeah, you could press it to find out that she's lying, but at the same time you could present the Gordy clip right there, and you could expose the fact that she was camping at the lake for Lake Gordy. And pretty much again, the poppers gave away Lotta's whole entire testimony. Because after all, Maya accidentally fired poppers in front of the camera, which cost Lotta a whole role in the first place, if you remember in part 22, if I'm not mistaken. So, in order for you to actually watch the boat, you had to actually see them from a far off distance, but you couldn't anyway. And she was talking about how she wasn't watching the boat, and she said, "Sorry, y'all? Really? You know there's a thing called not plagiarism, perjury, that's right." And she got so excited to the prospect of being a murder witness that she didn't take this seriously. Unfortunately, we still can't see who's in the photo. Before she mentioned something, Von Karma pretty much stopped her. And she just straight up told her to shut her pile. God, that is just hilarious. And more along the lines of she was trying to get it enlarged. In fact, she went to Gumshoe to ask if she could enlarge it. So, in other words, it's time for us to make sure that we enlarge that photo. So, on that note, make the photo enlarge, because if you wait and see what happens, Edgeworth goes to jail. That's the only way we can continue. Hold on. It's time. It's time for to actually see that photo. Come on, let's see it. But that is a good question. Why wasn't the photo enlargement represented in court? And then Lotta spilled the beans and told everyone that Von Karma told her not to enlarge the folder. No, the photo. Sorry. Why did I make that? God damn it! I accidentally bit my tongue. I am so sorry. But due to the fact that she was told to keep that from court, this would have actually turned the trial in Phoenix's favor, which is why Von Karma did that. And remember, back in the last part, Edgeworth said Von Karma would do anything for a verdict. A guilty verdict. And unfortunately, the objection has been denied. So now it's time to see the enlargement. And none of those look like Edgeworth. Someone was shot. But that's the problem. We still can't see who did it. And now comes the more confusing part, and the part that throws everybody off. Unfortunately, Von Karma requested that she didn't show us because there's no facial features of the killer. However, the trial is almost over. And he's talking about decisive evidence and a decisive witness. But unfortunately, we're about to come to a crossroads. But before we do, object to the enlargement. Because showing other evidence and waiting and see will end the game right there. So, object to the enlargement, ladies and gentlemen. We've got this. Because if you object to the enlargement at the state that the picture is in, you actually find that there's something oddly wrong about this picture. So what you're gonna do, because you've got 5 chances to do this, you fuck up, you're going to cause yourself to lose this case. And by fuck up and mess up 5 times. So what you do, you point at the hand and present. Because as you can see, the killer is using his left hand. Edgeworth had fingerprints from his right hand. As you can wholeheartedly guess, the evidence is that the person was shooting with the left hand. The gun right here has Edgeworth's fingerprints on his right hand. So whatever the case, someone shot Robert Hammond and he was left-handed. So in other words, Edgeworth did not do this. And Edgeworth is actually a natural righty anyway. So now, we've come up to another conundrum. If that wasn't Edgeworth in the picture, then who is? But more importantly, what exactly happened? There's just so many twisted turns in this case, and the twisted turns are only gonna get bigger. Let's... So as it stands, there's no one else that could have actually killed there was no one else on the boat that could have actually killed the victim. But who did? Oh yeah, by the way, if you choose anybody but the victim himself, you're gonna get a penalty. Do that 5 times and you're gonna be screwed. By the way, the footage actually cut off because, well, Upload Studio. But Phoenix actually tried to bring suicide as a actual option. That's the only other explanation they have. Unfortunately, suicide has been ruled out because Von Karma made sure to make a thorough investigation of the victim's body and what happened to the victim. Turns out the victim was killed from a meter away, which is 3 feet. And that's a close distance. Close enough to do severe impact and kill the person with 1 shot. Man, that pretty much ruined whatever chance that Phoenix had to win. I mean, the whole angle of it being the victim worked the last time, but not this time. And as you can clearly see, Phoenix's bullshittery is going, like, lower and lower in the options department. So now we have to find out exactly what's going on. But one thing is perfectly clear. Lotta is not a worthy witness. But more importantly, we must find out who it is that pulled a gun on Edgeworth. Or should I say, who had the gun to kill Hammond, and if it really was Edgeworth or not. Edgeworth's not in the clear, because we still at least have 2 more days, let alone an investigation later on in this day, so there is that. Unfortunately, for now, Edgeworth is still, well, indicted for murder. Well, he's not actually charged yet, but still. Edgeworth is still uncomfortable with the fact that he may be going to jail for something he didn't do if Phoenix doesn't find the real killer. And we will find the real killer. It may take a while, and some more bullshittery. And thanks to Maya, Phoenix actually bought a whole nother day. And Lotta's entire testimony, despite the fact that she lied, there's actually one part of the testimony that would help her. The bang she heard. And we'll find out more about that. Not to mention, we'll try to get into who really killed Robert Hammond in part 27. This is RFman 985. See you guys next time as we have to go investigate in day 2 and go back to Gordy Lake to see what we can find. Peace out.